one really cool thing about hybrid dentistry as well is that once you're done and you're finished, you generally, no matter what it was for, if it was for health because you had too many abscesses, if it was for looks and you didn't want to go through braces and, you know, your teeth were kind of like battered from prior braces, or you just wanted to eat, the fallout is always, for the most part, another positive. So if your intention, if you came to me as a patient and you said, I don't even care if these are brown, but I just want to eat and enjoy that part of life again, I'm sorry, but like I have to bring the looks in. It just is a fallout, right? And so it can feel very uncomfortable for patients because this is what they need. You know, let's just say the patient that we were just talking about with the consult, she was a little bit younger and more focused on the looks and more focused on the fact that her teeth couldn't be fixed. And she had gone through normal traditional dentistry that was failing. And so I think that she hadn't even really considered the bite and the flavor and the taste and things that were going to come as a fallout, but that's going to come along. Likewise, when you have, let's say that we looked at your dad and we ended up working on your dad, he may not care at all what it looks like.
He wouldn't.
but it just has to happen where he's going to get more self-confidence out of the aesthetic. So you just kind of get this, the fallout is always a balance of this positive. But what I can tell you is, and Erica can add to that as well, but the consult, generally you feel that person feel bad that they want to be able to say, well, I just want to be healthy and I want a good bite. And they don't want to admit that like the aesthetics would be really cool if I could have whatever I wanted. And you feel that tension. They feel guilty even saying that that's anything on the table.
That was one of the things you actually said to me. You were like, do not be afraid to be picky. Like, tell them what you want. Tell them what kind of color. Tell them about you get to pick your gums. And I was just like, I don't care. You guys can give me anything. I don't care. I'll be thrilled. But, you know, to be able to take that minute and to be picky with, you know, picking out what you feel would be best. And obviously working with Nadia. Am I saying her correctly? Yeah. Working with Nadia, I was very gracious, and I'm just like, what do you think? What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? You know, in your professional opinion, I must have said that to her 1,000 times. But you know, at the end, you know, we all wanted. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted it to be beautiful. I've come this far, like why not take the extra mile to look hot? You know. Yeah. So it was really cool. It was really cool.
We're so used to something that is so big. Let's say that. You're building a house, you're so used to like, if I can't have this many bedrooms, then I'll take this. And if I can't have this pool here, then I can take this. You're so used to the compromise that you're trying to give the priorities. And what's really fun about this is there's like the compromises that you had to lose your teeth. But like once you've accepted that and you have to go through the surgery and the expense, but like once you've made it through that hurdle, the world's your oyster. Like there is no compromise.
Go get what you
get
want.
All the bedrooms.
Yes,
get the pool where you want it. Get the big dock. Whatever you want.
And that's also another thing. You know, life has took a turn of just like, why not? You know, should we? Why not? You know, like I just went on vacation with my best friend, and that was our vacation was called Why Not? You know, and a lot of the decisions were, you know, you only live once, you know, do what you feel. If sunshine feels on the inside, do that, you know, do what brings you joy and makes you happy, because it's very it's you know, short lived sometimes, and to ride that happiness wave as much as possible.
Amazing.
Yeah. I try to spread it everywhere like wildfire.
I love it.
Yeah.
You do. It's contagious.
Thank you.
You are a wildfire.
I love it.
Erica, you have anything to add? Any questions or anything?
I have one last question. If you could only use, well, not only use, but if you had to pick your one favorite ingredient to use while you're cooking, what would it be?
Oh, that's a really great question. That's it. I would have to say curry.
Oh.
Curry.
I do. I'm a woman that loves
out of left field.
It
ladies and gentlemen.
It is out of left field. I love Indian food. And I love to sprinkle a little bit of curry or a little cumin in some things. It's kind of like a spice that people don't really use often because it's very prominent in the taste buds. but it can be very delicate, like me, you know,
It's amazing.
very in your face, but very delicate.
Okay. That's a pretty good little analogy.
Yeah, I like cumin. I'm a cumin person.
I like cumin too.
Thank you. That's a great question.
I like to be surprised by curry. You know, obviously you order like a curry, it's gonna have that flavor, but like I like it when it just hits you out of nowhere. You didn't know it was gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.